$28.4 trillion. And they want to raise the debt ceiling.
They make sure you pay your taxes on time, don't they?
It's
kind of hypocritical.
It's going to happen very soon, but they're going to increase taxes majorly here.
Inflation's already happening.
Inflation's been happening.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Well, it's gradually, but they're hitting it pretty hard now because of it.
All right. Anyway, anything else? Because look, that's a genius concept, but I just don't know.
There's a lot of interest.
I don't know how it could actually work. You know, I mean, I don't know. Maybe one day I'll run for president on that agenda.
Okay.
You will be my Secretary of State, and you will be my driver.
I don't get a cool fucking driver.
Secretary of Driver?
Fuck. I can't be defense or nothing. What the fuck?
No, you can't.
I can't be Secretary of Defense.
It'd be like you're going to see. All right.
We'll put you in front of the Food and Drug Administration.
Wow.
You'll lead the FDA.
Time out. Ken gets a better job than I do? What the fuck? I'm running for president. Fuck you then. I'm your competition.
He's right. We'll make you director of the Food and Drug Administration.
Look. You run for president, I'm running for president. I see how this is playing out. I'm going to be your fucking driver. You'll be my driver if I win.
No, it won't. I'll just fucking move.
Okay, well that's fine.
Because I know this shit's going to fuck.
Tell me I'll be a driver. Fuck out of here. Give me the goddamn next question.
I was just trying to come up with something off the cup of that.
That's the worst job you can give somebody. You butler and you bring you some fucking...
You're a good driver, though.
Am I?
Yeah. Yeah. You are a good driver.
Well, if you're president...
He's a good driver, too.
I'm a slow fucking driver. You don't want me fucking driving.
Exactly. I'll be sitting in the back all the time. I'll be like, hey, go faster, motherfucker.
You're basically saying Ken is eligible to call shots, but I have to be the driver. A million other jobs you could assign me to. You tell me I'm going to be the fucking driver. Go to the next question, Dick. Go to the next question.
No. I want to finish up on this. What do you think is an appropriate job that, let's just say, by some miracle.
He should be Secretary of Defense, Mr. Military.
Isn't that what I said?
No, you said Secretary of State.
Oh, I meant Secretary of Defense.
Okay, well then who could be Secretary of State? I wonder who.
Well, first of all, you got to talk to other motherfuckers.
Secretary of State.
I don't give a shit.
Secretary of State is
motherfuckers you don't know.
I don't care.
Is basically the president's assistant.
Do you talk to other motherfuckers you don't know?
Yeah, all the time.
Barely. How you gonna be president?
By winning the Electoral College.
You're not exactly a social butterfly, bro. So
I don't.
Look, putting your nose in a gross
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
I didn't say anything.
I know you didn't say anything, but shut the fuck up anyway. And you especially shut the fuck up.
Oh, shit.
We will talk about this as soon as we hit stop on the fucking...
You are crushing his hopes and dreams.
You fucking...
We, the people of this podcast...
Want to talk about French fries?
...are going to talk about Greater Idaho and the concept of Greater fucking Idaho.
No, fuck.
I wanted to do that way, but I'm sorry.
The concept of Greater Idaho is that people from counties from Oregon and California want to leave their states and join Idaho, which they feel better represents them.
Okay, well, why would they join Idaho of all states? It was my first question.
It is a more rural state. It is a more rural red state that identify, or they believe identifies better with the way that they believe and think and want to live their lives.
Plus, don't the Midwest states, they kind of alternate. Like, Californians go to Idaho and stuff like that out in the Midwest, and then the Midwest people go to California a lot, too. I've noticed that in a lot of,
I mean, it's a free
YouTube
country. A lot of people move to... I mean, a lot of people are leaving California for a lot of other places.
Right.
A lot of the more freedom-minded Californians are moving to Texas and Florida. A lot of businesses are moving from California to Florida.
Interesting.
There's just better taxes, better corporate taxes, better and living standards. If you live in the city, or if your corporation's based in the city, you're just surrounded by people shitting all over the place in California.
I've seen the number one place to move right now is Temple, Texas, as far as like making money and like living and everything.
There's a time that somewhere what's the capital? Des Moines, Iowa, was one of the highest per capita areas to live in for
Des Moines, Iowa, or Idaho?
Iowa.
Des Moines, Iowa.
Okay, Iowa.
Yeah.
All right. I was wrong.
Per capita, the average income is one of the highest in the country, if you can believe that.
Yeah, I mean, shit, I believe anything nowadays, as long as it seems as far-fetched as...
Now, I don't know what kind of businesses are in Des Moines, Iowa, but obviously it's very profitable.
There's people, like,
Cartels.
I have a friend that jumps around from state to state depending on where he can make money and the most efficient way to live.
Right.
And that's what he's doing to save his money, so when he gets old, he can just fucking, wherever he liked the most.
Mm-hmm.
He jumped around, just fucking retire in that state. So.
Well, I, in my personal opinion, someone that hops around from state to state probably enjoys doing that, and it's probably never going to stop. It's just the way he's going to live his whole life.
But he's saving money the whole time. That's his whole main goal, is to make the most money for his time.
There's just some people that can't sit around in one place for too long. They have to keep moving.
Fancy motherfuckers and shit, right?
Yeah, I'd probably do the same thing.
Well,
I'm glad we got that out the way.
that part's out.
Okay.
Anyway, going back to the whole idea of Greater Idaho and all that stuff.
Greater Idaho.
Now, in your opinion, obviously, California controls 54 electoral votes, correct?
Correct.
What happens when, number one, if this actually happens and it becomes this whole Greater Idaho idea, as far as, I assume that those are going to be more like a red-leaning, counties and everything that is going to be going to Greater Idaho and everything and whatnot. I'm going to tell you exactly what happens, and let me tell you I want to get your opinion on the repercussions of it. First of all, California itself will go down, at its value in the Electoral College. Number two,
Not a lot. I'll tell you why it's not gonna be a lot. Because these are rural areas moving out. They're still gonna keep the same amount of senators for California. They're still gonna keep the same amount of
They're going to keep the same amount of senators, but the number of House of Representatives are going to go down too. That's what I was just about to say before you cut me off.
Right, but it's not gonna be a lot because these are rural areas and House of Representatives are done by population.
Right, but at the same point in time, those Electoral College votes get rolled into Idaho. Those House of Representatives get rolled into Idaho.
Right. But I mean, how many is that going to be?
How close?
Maybe,
how close
maybe
is
like
the,
five?
How
or
close?
Five?
How close is the House right now? How close is most of the?
It's very
election?
close. It's almost 50-50. Almost, not quite.
So what happens when the people that actually skew with more people that they skew with actually get rolled into there and those numbers go up?
I mean, obviously it's gonna change things slightly, but I in my personal opinion, it's not going to be more than five senators, five House of Representatives members.
I honestly don't even think it's going to be that much.
Right.
I mean, I would say probably three electoral college votes, probably three. Also, I'd have to relook at the map. It might actually be more like you're saying, like five, but I would need population numbers.
I believe the biggest difference would be probably more along the lines of taxes and what the people make.
Well, I gotta assume that your taxes are going to be cheaper in Idaho than they are in California.
Oh, absolutely. But California and Oregon are both going to lose tax
And okay, yeah, fair enough. And that also re-rolls back into the thing to where at some point in time, these people that are in charge are going to be like, nah, you can't do that because we're losing the dollar bills, and that's why they will. That is realistically the only reason that they will post moves like this, in my opinion.
I agree. They're what this Greater Idaho movement, and by the way, they're not going to change the name of Idaho to Greater Idaho.
I hope they do.
They're
I want a sack of potatoes
from Greater Idaho.
I might buy a square foot in the or not country.
Country.
In the state of Greater Idaho, just to say I own a piece of Greater Idaho.
The only way
I'm better than you.
And I won't plant one potato in there.
The only way that it's going to become successful is if they can
Your
make
island,
the rest,
the
if they
greatest
can make
island.
the rest of the state or the people in power of that state feel pain in some way or another, and to be able to do that without breaking laws.
As soon as they just start taking a financial hit, they're gonna be like, whoa.
Right.
Well,
they have before they can do that, before they can leave, because they already know what's going to happen.
At that point in time, they're gonna have to rebalance their entire budget and everything.
That's correct.
I mean, it's first of all more work than any one of them want to do.
I mean, I don't think Idaho is going to complain about the extra.
Hell no,
taxes.
they're not. They'll be like, how much extra money we got? All right, cha-ching. I mean, that is true.